Last week, you watched us sail back to the Medway on the last day of what was our comparatively short 2017 summer cruise up the east coast of England. This week, we go racing again. It's race 2 of the Medway Yacht Club Autumn Series. Strange as it seems, this is always the best attended and most competitive racing we get on the Medway, and we had a great time.
In November. We're running late as usual. The race starts in 12 minutes and we're not actually there yet.
So what Hannah was trying to say, before she was so rudely interrupted, was that this was the start of race 2 of the Medway Yacht Club Autumn Series, and we were running late. We always seem to run late at the start of events like this. This time we just completely underestimated how long it was going to take to push against the tide, even though we had a nice west-northwest wind helping to blow us down there as well as the engine. There was just enough time for us to cross the line and check we could actually sail it to windward before we tacked round, headed back to the line just in time for the 1 minute gun. Fortunately, there was a hole at the committee boat end that we could slot into nicely, and although we might have liked to be in more tide, this gave us clear air and avoided all the argy-bargy that you often get at the start of a race, and let us get settled down quickly.
Stop. I think there's going to be a gap, then there's room in the committee boat.
Right, you've got this yacht coming in fast, Ian. You've got a dairy parked in front of you. Can you flick it over the front?
Flick it.
Good start, people. Okay, I will point out we're all dinky sailors on this yacht.
Our river, broadly speaking, faces east-west, so it's often difficult for the committee boat to set a decent line and a good first beat. But today, with the wind in the direction it was, we had a great beat.
I'm actually out of breath with your camera. This is intense.
We go hard now, I think it's clear. Right, Darren, big mess of boats below us, so we need to really be aware.
Yeah, I think we should, yeah.
As we sailed upriver towards 30, we were getting closer and closer to St Mary's Island and the wind effects that brings with it. Therefore, the winds got a bit lighter and flukier and the beach started to get a bit tricky.
Feel alright here, Ian?
So we arrived at the first mark in not a bad position really. The bigger, faster boats were in front and a few of them were actually behind. So we did okay, especially seeing as it was the first time we'd all sailed together for a number of years. And the last time it was on our Yacht 32, a much bigger and different boat, so we were all a bit rusty. So when we arrived at 30, because the wind had a little bit of north in it, we decided to jibe early, then pull the spinnaker up, just to save one less manoeuvre. We've skipped forward quite a long way here. We're now downriver, past the point at which the start line was. But there was a lot of sailing in that stretch of water, because with the tide coming in and a lot of mud on the left and all the boats to dodge, you couldn't just sit back and watch the world go by. When we got to this point, however, things got even more interesting, because the point in front is called Folly Point. It's one of those permanent marks on any course, because the beacon marks the end of a point with a lot of submerged rocks and debris. There's even actually a cannon, sort of thing you don't find in the debris on most rivers, but is the sort of thing you do find on the east coast of England, near Chatham Dockyard, with all the history that it has with it. Anyway, it came as a bit of a surprise when the boat you see to our right suddenly turned left, pushing us up, claiming we were windward boat and didn't have any rights, and trying to force us into all this debris. as we went further downriver. Most boats sailed a shorter course, cut the corner but pushed a lot of tide in the process. We decided to try something different and effectively went round the outside. Less tide but further distance, which did mean we'd have a bit more wind shadow effect as we finally cleared the end of this jetty that's on the left. But as it happened, I don't think we lost, but I don't think we gained either.
And all that malarkey. This now goes on till buoy 13, which is right up in the corner. Wee one. So we're kind of at the back, but that's okay because we are the slowest of the fast fleet. Big puff coming, looking at the boat behind.
Easy.
On a tidal river, in a handicap race, it nearly always pays to be the faster boat. The tide has less effect on you, you can get out to the front of the race earlier and easier to get clear air. It's all good. But one of the few perks of being a slower boat in a handicap race is you get to watch what's happening up ahead. We'd planned on holding our spinnaker as we turned around this point on the river, but it was fairly obvious from watching the boats that got there first that that really wasn't an option. So we had to drop the spinnaker in a good breeze, in a little bit of a rush. And seeing as it was the first time this crew had ever had to drop the spinnaker, it was all a bit of a journey into the unknown. But as it happened, it worked out really well.
We just had to do a very, very quick drop. That boat's lost its spinnaker right out the back at the moment. Wind's picked up 17 knots at the moment. Rock and roll.
Once we got up to the corner and buoy 13, it was time to put the spinnaker back up again.
Knots now.
Yeah. It's all a bit exciting.
Sit down, Adam, so I can... Thank you. Not a normal requirement for a boat to keep out of the camera, but you know. You should be looking at the spinnaker, Hannah, not the camera. We are going as deep as we can to try and avoid the jibe. It is making the run a bit more exciting than it needs to be. But it is also getting us out of the tide, so it's good practice. The rest of the fleet is kind of behind Hannah.
By the time we got to Black Stakes, the furthest mark on the course, one of the larger boats that had spinnaker problems earlier on caught us back up and got inside us, which wasn't really that much of a problem, but as it happened, things didn't quite go to plan for us. When you race around a race course full of inflatable buoys, hitting one isn't such a big deal. It's annoying, but not a lot happens. When you race on our river using big metal cans as buoys, hitting the buoy is, well, it's a bit of a bigger deal. As it happened, it sounded a lot worse than it really was, and with a bit of polish, the yellow paint had come off. And as you can see, with the wonders of modern technology, even the penalty turn didn't take so long. Next, it's a beat back upriver, only as far as the corner in the distance, where we turn around buoy 13 again and hoist a spinnaker for another of those lively rock and roll spinnaker runs back down here to Blackstone.
There we go. Right, we're going downwind again. Change cameras, so sorry the sound won't be as good. But my other camera got a bit wet. It's very rock and roll. We're kind of probably third to last, but we are the slowest boat in this fleet. Or one of. So that's okay. Lots of white water. I did say to my husband, do we have to put the kite up? But unfortunately, he said yes. Woo! It's really rocky. So last time we went over to Stangate and out the tide. This time we're just going to plug the tide. There's not much left. Shortest distance, straight to the buoy, hopefully. And not hit it this time. We did hit it and we had to do 360, I think it's called. We had to go around in a circle anyway. We're actually going against the tide. It takes forever to get from buoy 13 to Blackstone. Oh yeah. No, they must have had a problem. What is that boat called? I used to get a race one of them. Right, we just registered 7.6 knots. We are going pretty fast. The waves are pretty big. They never come out big in a film. They are. We're wet, put it that way.
That's the best way. Facing forward.
At least it doesn't get caught in the fin so much. But yes, it's just not quite right, is it? For something that's only job was to support a winch handle, it seems all winch handles are the same size. I think the one thing...
Anyway, these are all the way back. I better stop filming in a minute and get ready to jump the kite. Wow, that's a bit rock and roll, mate. Whoa! These guys are all uphill at the moment.
You say that, 20 odd knots of a parrot here.
I don't think we're lost. There's a couple of about 3 behind us. No. I've got to go back and be ballast again in a minute. I'm just having a little breather.
There. Is there any reason for that?
Well, 19's over there, so we've got to tackle something with it.
Yeah.
We are out of time over here.
We would, yeah.
Even with the tide helping us, it was actually a long beat to get back home, but I'm not complaining. Bearing in mind this is November and it's a glorious sunny day, and bearing in mind our river can be quite restrictive to a race officer trying to set a fair course. We had a great wind, the top end of a peachy sail, but it made it exciting. We had a proper beat, a good run, some reaching. We even had some spray to get us all a bit damp and make us feel like real sailors. It really was a great day sailing.
Got the rest of the fleet ahead and around the fort. Nearly done. Well, that was a big knock then. Up to the finish line. We're probably going to throw a tack in before we cross. Had a really fantastic beat all the way back. Been lifted like this, and then headed, and then lifted, and then headed.
So there's 24 boats in Class 1 this year, the class we're racing in, and we would finish 5th in IRC and 5th in NHC. So all in all, for our first sail as a team, and against the most competitive boats on the river, we're really pleased with that. It's a good end to a good day sailing.
Fantastic sail. It was really good fun. It's quite cold actually, if I'm completely honest about the temperature. It was 3 degrees in the car, so I don't know what it is now with the wind chill. I'm wearing lots and lots and lots of clothes. Anyway, we've got to pick the boy up, get jibbing, get back and pick my baby girl up who's been playing hockey. And I'd have only been freezing at a hockey pitch really, wouldn't I? Right. I never remember where we are. We're the one by the jib boat, aren't we? Yeah. Okay. Bye bye video camera. Thank you lovely crew for putting up with us.